It's time for a new adventure.
Welcome back to another episode of Adventures in Business. We are here recording at the Risky Studios. This is your co-host Amy Zander, and I'm with the lovely Lisa Fisher. How you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing good, Amy, but you know what? I get to say sometimes I'm with the lovely Amy Zander. You're always saying that, and I always appreciate it. And right back at you. How are you today?
I'm great. So, what fun things have you been doing?
Well, I actually got to go to this amazing place called Graze Craze with
I was
the
there too.
517.
I saw you there.
Oh, lucky you. The 517 organizers put on this great event there for other event planners, and we got to go, and our guests today were very instrumental in this, and we'll introduce them in just a moment, but it was such a good time. I got to learn how to make a charcuterie board, and seriously, ate it on my way home.
Yeah, I did too.
I didn't see your kiwi. How did that turn out?
It turned out okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We learned how to star a kiwi.
That
was really cool.
Crown
it.
kiwis.
Yeah, make it very
There were
fancy.
some that did excellent, and then there were some that did it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. So it was an amazing event. How about you, Amy? Where have you been?
Well, I did that. That was really cool. It's kind of cool to go behind the scenes and see where the magic happens at your store. That was awesome. And then I also recently, well, it won't be so recent once this episode comes out, but I did go to Sanctuary Spirits on the west side for St. Patrick's Day. Oh. And they had these Reuben Bloody Marys. So you ordered a Bloody Mary that had basically like a whole shish kebab full of meat and cheese in it, and then a whole Reuben on the side. And so I was like, yes, because I definitely love Reubens. And they sold out of those particular drinks in 33 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so that was really cool. And St. Patrick's Day is, the day of my people. So I had to go do something. So that was fun over on the west side. Yeah, so what about you guys? What have you been doing lately?
We've done a couple events, not catered or anything, but we've gone to at the Lansing Shuffle, which I just think is the coolest new venue for the area. It brings back memories of in the 90s, 80s, and 90s of the food court.
Yeah,
At the
mall
mall,
food court. Sure.
It's got something for everybody. So I really like that.
Plus a bar, because the food court at the mall didn't even have a bar. So at least we got the bar too.
And it's on the river, if it's
Yeah.
nice, you can go sit outside, which is really neat. So, and high caliber, the go-kart.
Oh yeah, you went over
went,
there?
Yeah, we went through, we did a show at the Meridian Mall and got to tour it. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's
a cool
where you
place.
get your drinks.
Yeah.
And then go have fun and play games.
Yes, yep. We've had them on our show, and I
Nice.
learned all because they have such a cool company
concept.
culture.
Yes.
Too. Their culture there, they really take care of their employees. Yeah.
The Rage Room.
Yeah,
I think
I've done that for sure. And then we are having the owner of the Shuffle on our show next month.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so
Nice.
good deal, good stuff. Cool.
Cool.
Well, officially introduce our guests.
I
Lisa.
will. So we have Lindsey and Silas that are the owners of Graze Craze, and it specializes in artificially designed, handcrafted.
Artfully.
Artfully.
It's all real food, I
Back
promise.
out, back out.
It's all real fresh food.
Plastic apples.
We'll re-record.
Hammond.
No, I think that's perfect. That's a
Hammond,
good
we're
point.
good. We're starting over,
Food
Hammond.
costs would be so much
Graze
cheaper.
Craze. We have Lindsey and Silas, owner of Graze Craze, with us, and they specialize in artfully designed handcrafted charcuterie boards and boxes featuring customizable food displays that are perfect for grazing, including fresh fruits and vegetables, cheese, gourmet sweets, and more. And they can even make a vegan one. The unique menu features several grazing options fit for any occasion and lifestyle, whether it's a formal affair for veggie lovers or a casual get-together, complete with meat and cheese. For a low-carb crew, Graze Craze has something to offer for everyone. So, welcome,
like a commercial.
Lindsey and Silas. We're so glad to have you here today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, we're very glad to be here.
So, how did you come upon this charcuterie board concept?
Well, Graze Craze is a franchise concept. So, was it 2022? Summer?
Summer of 2022.
Yep, Silas turned 50, and we're both from the home building industry. I'm administrative in the office, and he was out on site. And I guess I can let you tell your story.
Why? You're doing so well.
Well, he was thinking, he's not going to do this for another 15 years. You get a little
Swing a
older.
hammer.
Yeah. So we were thinking, well, let's do something fun. let's do a happy business. Let's do something with food. Let's bring something to the Lansing area that hasn't been done on this scale yet. And I found a kind of franchise matchmaker of some sorts on LinkedIn, and he gave us about a dozen options, and Graze Craze was just like, wow. I mean, just the colors, the visual pictures of the products. So we started digging into it, and we signed the contract in August, and we opened last March.
I love it. I know I have had your boxes at different events. I haven't done the whole spread, but at the time it was more of the individual boxes, and it just appeals to everyone. And people look at it and oh, this is so cool.
Yeah,
So
you don't think of charcuterie for meals, but it is. It can be. It is a lot of food that's just crammed in there.
it is.
And a variety.
It's just compact.
I like variety. Variety is
the
always
variety.
nice.
Yeah, everybody's going to be different. You can have Graze
Right.
Craze every day, and everybody will be different.
Well, I think having seen the behind the scenes at your store too, what's nice, and I've owned a restaurant, I've been in the restaurant business for a while. It's there's no deep fryers and ovens and all that kind of stuff. It's so clean and pristine, and you're not necessarily baking and stuff, right? You're chopping and cutting and arranging and all that, but not necessarily doing and cooking on a large scale.
We don't fry anything.
Right.
And
no cooktops.
yeah, and
Right.
it's kind of nice for our employees too, because they're not going home at 2:00 in the morning smelling like grease
Right.
or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Yeah.
more
Oh, yeah.
we're
Been there.
Yeah, exactly. So our hours are 10 to 5, and sometimes they go in earlier. If we've got morning meetings and stuff, we've got brunch options now too. So that's how we got started.
Yeah. But you do a lot of events.
We do.
Like you were just saying before we started recording, you just recently did something at Delta Dental.
Yeah, it was a couple Thursdays. It was a Thursday or Friday a couple weeks ago, and they had an employee appreciation day. So we got to do a nice large board spread for them, and we decorated with the fresh eucalyptus, and we did the glass jars for all the dips and everything. It turned out really nice.
And like Lisa said, it's so picture worthy what you guys do. It's so beautiful.
It makes marketing very, very easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was hard setting it up because people kept coming and getting in the way of taking pictures.
Right.
They
while
do.
we had to set it up, which is fun and fantastic. We love it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a happy business. It's something that it ticked all the boxes of a business that we were looking to get into and to kind of do something for ourselves. Even though it is a franchise concept, it is definitely small and local.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people think franchise chain, big investment groups own it, and it's not. It's us,
Yeah,
So
right.
it's kind of where we put all of our, our savings and said, okay, let's do something fun for the community and make a run for it. So
Yeah. Plus, with all these events and stuff, you just get to meet other business owners
We do.
and go to fun events and things like that.
Yeah.
So you say you're open from 10 to 5, but do you find yourself doing a lot of like after hours events for the setup and all that kind of stuff?
Actually, we're going to be open, and I don't know when this is going to air, but like for holidays, Easter's coming up. We're not usually open on Sundays, but we will be for pre-orders.
Pickups and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So people go to your website and pre-order, and call in, or just order online. And it's very simple.
Yeah, or
very
come into the
easy.
store. We actually, I think a lot of people are surprised that we have a storefront too.
Yes.
Because this kind of food usually is done on a one person show kind of thing out of a commissary kitchen or whatever. So we do have a storefront that you can come to and look at our all the pictures and sample some meat and cheese and see what we do. We're right on the corner of Okemos and Jolly next to, which was brilliant, Vine and Brew. Wine and beer store.
Wine and
So
beer
it is
store.
a one-stop shop kind of thing.
Well,
So,
because you got the grab and go, right?
we
You've
do.
got grab and go
Yeah,
lunches.
we just put a fridge in the lobby that will
Okay.
be stocked with the lunches, the grab and grazes, and our charcuterie cups that you can just swing in and pick up.
Charcuterie cups. Love
I
it.
should have brought one.
Just right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our ice cream guy brought MSU dairy ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that was
that
a
was
treat.
good. Yeah, well, I find my husband and I are almost empty nesters at this point. Our last kid at home is off doing her own thing all the time, so we often do kind of like a charcuterie board for dinner. We don't feel like cooking and that kind of stuff, which is so nice. I think,
It is.
and healthy. I mean, depending on what we get
Yeah,
out there,
if
but
it's all meat and cheese.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
It's the balance of the fresh fruit and
Yeah.
veggies that aren't processed. That's kind of nice.
Right.
But yeah, we there was a trend girl dinner.
Girl dinner,
Where you
right? I
put-
do remember that.
You
Yeah.
kind of take stuff out of the pantry and just put things together.
Right.
So we're like the ultimate girl dinner.
Right, absolutely.
And you don't have to do it yourself.
Well, and you're going to be like, if you go to Graze Craze, like you said, get something to bring to a party. Go to Wine and Brew or Vine and Brew,
Vine and Brew.
and get something like you're going to be the favorite person at the party.
Yeah,
like showing up.
Let us
with
make
that,
you
right?
the star. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
You're the star of the
Yeah.
show,
You
for
make
sure.
people look good.
Exactly. Let us make you look good.
Yeah, yeah.
What was one of your funnest events that you've done so far?
There's a lot.
There
You
is
have
a
a
lot.
favorite?
We've got to do cool things. So we come from the construction industry. We never went to chamber meetings and did all that fun stuff. So when we went to the Choose Lansing, did you guys go to that?
I missed this one, but I usually do go
Okay,
to
so it was
these
at Breslin Center, and afterwards there was a tour of the downtown and the locker rooms, and also,
Yeah.
it just, this business has led to fun things
Yeah.
that
Opens
we
the
never
doors.
would have
Yeah.
seen before or even
Right.
thought of.
Yeah.
Right. Different kind of marketing, different kind
Yeah.
of networking than the construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've gotten to deliver to the Capitol before.
That was awesome.
super cool. We've been talking to the Lugnuts, and we're gonna do something with them this summer. So
Fun.
that's fun. I'm a huge baseball fan, so
Nice.
Wow, that's good. I love that it's opened doors for you. When you brought up being a franchise, and I love the fact that you said these are our hard-earned dollars. You're living in the community. You're giving to the community, because I think when you hear franchise, McDonald's, Big B, some of those franchises, they are people that are putting money into the community. And I know, I don't want to go have coffee there. They're a franchise. I want to go over to here. It's still
We're real
that are
people.
pouring
Yeah, it
in.
is. It is small and local. Most franchises in the area are small and local.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and there was a cupcake shop that just recently closed. That was owned by a friend of ours. And I saw a couple posts on social media comments that you just have to take with a grain of salt, but
Yes.
that kept saying don't give money to the big businesses. It's like it wasn't. It was small and local.
Yeah.
And I just I want people to I kind of want to educate people on
Right.
Yes.
how it actually works behind the scenes. That it is
Yeah.
mom and pop shops are mom and pop shops.
Yeah. Well, and different franchises are different that way.
They are.
you
They
know,
are for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah. So you've touched a little bit about it looks good in marketing, right?
It does.
It's
Makes it
very
really super
pretty.
easy.
But where do you market to, or
Social media has been great for us.
Okay.
It's been very well received. Sarah Pierce with the 517
Mhm.
community group, she's awesome.
She is.
I want to send her birthday gifts and Christmas gifts, and she's just done so much for small local businesses to get our names out. Having that Facebook group to be able to post to, because a lot of other community groups are just no businesses because they get overwhelmed with junk stuff. So big shout out to her. She was instrumental in getting, actually before we had even opened, letting us post and say, hey, we're coming soon kind of thing. So yeah, social media has been great for us because of the visually appealing products, but going to the chamber meetings, going to Choose Lansing meetings, meeting the other business owners, learning from them has been amazing. That's why we love this town.
I love it, and that's why we love this town. We love this region, right? There's
Yeah.
so many great local people, but let's see. You've already done the Capitol. You did Delta Dental. What is a bucket list for you to set up in?
I really, and we partnered, we're a preferred vendor caterer for MSU Athletics. But I think, catering any of the sports teams would be awesome. We did get to do, this past fall, the Spirit Squad. We did, their alumni had come in for homecoming, and we were able to set up a grazing table for them. And we did a Spartan, S with charcuterie, which was pretty cool. So I'd love to do more of that.
I love it.
Get involved.
So does that extend to some of the area like high schools and things like that? Of course,
Oh,
not
for
gonna
sure.
pass up business.
Yeah.
but
And we've done a lot for teacher appreciation weeks and
that's
stuff.
great, yeah.
A lot of parents contact us and say, how can we set up a table for our teachers in the teacher lounge? We did a few of those.
Oh, that's so nice.
I think we're kind of coming into that season.
We are, yeah,
Graduation
towards the end of
and
the
stuff
school
like
year,
that.
yeah. Oh, graduations.
Graduations, we do a lot of open
Ooh.
houses. Our boards are easy, you just set them out, you don't have to worry about them.
Yeah,
Throughout the event, you
Right.
don't
Yep.
have to keep them cold, you don't have to keep them warm, so it's
right,
like
right.
Ideal.
easy peasy.
Well, and it's so versatile. It can be as big or as little as you need, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
size it accordingly.
Yeah. So as being in the construction business, have you designed any like had for any particular events, like the table or the setup or like anything like that, or just all?
She has.
Okay,
That was the fly by the seat of my pants
Yeah.
kind of thing. We got a call 48 hours before the event for a hospital foundation fundraiser. Their charcuterie artist got COVID,
Oh,
and it was for, how many boards was that?
12.
12 large boards on 2 different grazing tables, and she had a vision of like a Bridgerton kind of thing. So I took some produce boxes, I put them under the thing to lift them up. I went to Dollar General, got some lights and some plants, and I'm like, voila.
right.
It looked intentional by the time it was done, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, kind of nailed that.
So
But
it gives you the creative
yeah,
aspect to
yeah.
it.
So even if it is a franchise, but we do have the flexibility
Yeah.
to customize and whatever the customer's looking for.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we've also built a relationship with another charcuterie artist from Amazing Graze who does classes and does more custom boards. So if somebody comes to us and says, hey, and if it's not something we do, we give them her information.
Oh,
because
perfect.
we don't want to tell them no. You know,
Right.
we want to make charcuterie a food group.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
So Danielle, she's an amazing artist as well.
Yeah.
That we like to give business. to.
Collaborate, don't compete.
Exactly.
There's enough
Yeah.
business out there, right? And
There
when
is.
you're collaborating, it opens up. It opens up. The sky's the limit. Quite
Right.
instead of if I'm always tucked in tight,
Yeah.
doesn't make for a good experience. So I love the fact that you said partnering and then you kind of stop, but we do partner with people, right?
It is.
We do build. It's the relationship, and
Yeah.
that's how we build businesses and continue to move forward.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we
very
like
cool.
to refer, we want first and foremost to make our customers happy and to make the community happy. And if it's something we can't do, I know she can make them happy.
Mhm.
You know, she can provide what they're looking for.
Right.
So
It's a happy business.
Yeah. Well,
it
plus,
is a happy business.
well, and if you're going into an event, oftentimes, you know, if there's an event being put on, there's lots of things are needed. A photographer, a liquor license, a dessert person if they want extra dessert. So like building
Yeah.
up that book of referral partners and stuff like that. You
Yeah,
can-
we have a stack of business cards from partners that we've kind of, I don't want to make it sound bad, but like
Vetted.
vetted, yes.
Yeah, of
that
course.
we
Yeah.
know personally,
Absolutely.
that we know will deliver the kind of service we expect for our customers.
Right.
In our drawer right at the front counter, so if somebody's looking for a florist or something, then it's, you know,
Yeah.
Build
We-
relationship.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, being in the food industry, how has like hiring been going? Like finding the
Great.
right employees and stuff like that been good? Like,
good,
had
yeah.
any challenges there?
Very good, yes. So we hired, initially we had 3 employees, and we hired them before we opened, and then we took them through the in-store training with us with our business advisor. He comes in, it's a week long, it's 2 weeks long actually, but the first week is how to cut carrots, how to slice meat, how to do this.
How to crown a kiwi?
Yeah, how to crown a kiwi.
Right.
He runs the whole gamut of what we do
Yeah.
in a week, and then the following week it was kind of like a soft opening, so we could, put those skills to the test and get the food products out there. But hiring was pretty easy for us. She went on Indeed, I think.
Yep.
And
Just a free listing.
we had maybe 10 candidates. We probably interviewed 6 of them, and then we ended up on 3. We hired 3 people.
And
2 of them are still there.
That's,
One,
that's what I was going to ask.
yeah, 2 of them are still there, and they're fantastic. The other one decided to work for her family in some type of gutter business or something, so
Yeah.
she left on good terms and
Yeah.
all that. So
It's an easy hire because of it's a fun
Right.
thing to do.
Mhm.
And like we said, there's no fryers. You
Yeah.
know, they've got
Yes.
decent hours. You're not working in the middle of the night. You know,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
And not a real intense customer service as far as like are they in the back of the house more assembling and stuff and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
But
Yeah.
they also are trained on answer the phone, take the orders.
Sure.
And when people come in, kind of walk them through. Half of our business is educating what we do.
Yeah.
You know,
What is
we're
charcuterie?
not.
And
we're
how do
not,
you spell
we're
it?
not an, yes, I'm gonna say it. So we're not a burger place. We're not a pizza
Right.
place.
Sure.
You know, we have to educate what we do and then show what we do.
Wow.
But you had come into Keller Williams and actually did a class,
We did.
right? You taught them how to do the charcuterie boards themselves. and
Yeah.
they really had a good time. Is that something you do for?
That's what we would refer over to Danielle.
Okay.
Because she does classes where it's more intense. She'll kind of go through the ingredients and the aesthetics of it.
Okay.
We like to do charcuterie cup building classes or the kiwi crowning classes more for marketing or for community service. Like we do, we just did a class at Mason Community Schools where it's free and you just sign up and come to it. But we leave the classes, real classes
Real
to
class.
Danielle.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Well, I was so impressed when we were mentioning earlier, we went to that 517 Living event and we all made a charcuterie board. It was a kind of a mini one, I guess. It seemed big to me, but it was like a Valentine's Day themed one. And we all walked away with our own little board and I was like, that was a lot of outlay for you guys, like for you to provide that.
Easy
No,
peasy.
but it was like I was like, wow, this is so nice. Like it was free for us to attend and got that nice charcuterie.
But you
I was
remember
just
it.
really, I
Yeah.
definitely remember. It was
so
really
that's,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, absolutely. So do you, as a franchise, do you have a lot of freedom or leeway with like where you source your products from, or do they kind of tell you where to get stuff from?
We
or
do.
what?
The benefit of the franchise is the kind of the buying power of having the multiple stores, and
Yes.
we're kind of open. There's stores all over the world now, so they're harnessing that buying power, which really helps us keep our costs down.
Okay.
So we go with them with kind of the main core products that we use, but for fresh veggies and fruit,
Fruits
we
and-
Local.
go as local as we can.
Yeah.
I like that.
What's in season and what's cost effective.
Right.
So.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite product that you put on the board?
Ooh.
The brownies, the chocolate brownies
Yeah.
on the dessert board.
Silas?
No
He brings
idea.
me home a bag of them sometimes, and
So we do our own dips, jams, and hummus in-house.
That's true. Those are good.
So I'm a big hummus guy. I never used to be, but with these recipes, they're delicious, and we do 4 different styles of hummus. So any one of the 4, I just love eating it. And it's healthy.
Talk more about the hummus. Tell us about the styles.
So there's the classic garlic, there's a roasted red beet, a roasted red pepper, and not on the menu, there's a jalapeno hummus.
Ooh.
special request.
Special request.
Secret
You
menu.
gotta know my cell
Okay.
number. You gotta know my cell
You
number.
heard it. You heard it here.
517.
You heard it on the Adventures in Business podcast. Tell them I heard about that.
There's a
Special hummus.
Yep.
You hooked me on the beet hummus when I went in, but didn't know the jalapeno was an option.
It
Is
is
that
an
like
option.
is it pinky purple color?
That's the
beet
beet
one?
hummus,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was on the
Yes.
Valentine's
So
Day
good.
one. Yeah, that was really good.
So
Yeah. And the jam.
Cute.
Tell us about the jams.
So we have a raspberry jam, a mixed berry jam, and a cran orange jam that we make in-house as well. We do a lemon dill mayo, we do a cottage cheese dill dip,
Everything bagel dip is
everything bagel
rockin'.
dip.
Everything
good.
bagel dip. It's like a cream cheese based with the everything
Oh.
bagel seasoning.
Well, if you weren't hungry before you listened to this episode, you're going to be hungry now.
And go to Graze Craze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Between
tell,
10 and 5.
And we do sell all of our stuff in 8-ounce separately from boards, all of our dips, jams, and hummuses.
good to
So
know.
if you're like, I want some of that jalapeno hummus, you can just
we're going
come
to eat
in
it
and
right
get
out
a-
of the container.
BYOC, bring your own carrots and grab your
Right,
grab everything
Okay.
Nice.
I love it.
So you are on Jolly Road,
Yes,
right?
Jolly and Okemos.
Okemos Road.
Yep.
Okay, but tell people where they can find you online.
GrazeCraze.com.
Just gracecraze.com,
Yep.
and then when you go there, look
You
for
can find the locations.
location.
And
Okay.
if your browser or your phone is going to have your location
Sure.
thing, and it'll come up with our store at the top.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
Good. And the
Excellent.
instructions there to order. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a size and a thing for any budget. Really.
There is,
I
yeah.
mean, it's so user friendly. Like, yeah.
And dietary concerns. I know we have, and we've learned a lot since we opened about gluten-free, not allergy-friendly,
Vegan.
vegetarian,
Yeah.
vegan, and things like that. So we source that stuff kind of locally as needed, as ordered, to make sure that we take care of the customers and what they need. So it makes it easier for like business lunches. If somebody ordering has a list of dietary things, we can pretty much take care of them all.
That's so nice because those people often get completely left out.
They go.
Or like, oh, here's your salad.
Yeah. Here's your lettuce. And fruit down there.
Right,
you go.
right.
Voila.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, we can feed everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, that
great.
is so awesome. What do you, what is next for you? You have the Lansing location. What's next?
The next has already arrived.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a second store location now in Shelby Township over by Rochester.
Oh, my
Kind
brother
of a-
lives there. I'll have to tell him.
Yep.
You guys do.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Mm-hmm. How did you happen upon Shelby Township?
So this is it's a what they call a resale. The store was opened about a year before our store in Okemos opened.
It was, yeah.
And the owners decided to sell And so the brand came to us and said, hey, we've got this opportunity, would you like it? And we said, yeah, absolutely, you know. And so this is it's different for us because we're not there every day. But the store manager that had opened with them stayed with the store,
nice.
and we were able to retain her.
That makes
and
it
she
easier.
is amazing. So
Makes it so much easier.
yeah, for us operationally, she's fine. So for us, it's just driving the
Right.
business to it. So
Shelby Township is kind of a similar
it is
what I'm trying to neighborhood or
Yeah.
community as Okemos.
like the
that way.
demographics. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so that's exciting. So it's all said and done.
all said and
So-
done, up and
okay.
running. Yep.
Right.
I think at the beginning of February was when we did our opening. We just did a ribbon cutting with their chamber over in the Rochester Area Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. Yeah.
A ribbon cutting with them.
So how often do you go there? Are you finding yourself?
We're trying every week. But Tiffany is just amazing over there. You know, it's
Yeah.
if we need to go, we'll go.
I
But
don't really need us.
we don't feel like we have to be there
That's
because she
nice.
just handles
Yeah.
everything. So,
Yeah.
and she's bringing on a couple new employees to handle the business, and
Excellent.
yeah, she's doing great.
So when you go down there, do you go together? Do you take turns? Or do you-
Kind of both.
Yeah.
I went last time because he had a big order last weekend on Saturday. So I went Saturday. We did an event. It was a food tasting event at a convention center there, Shelby Gardens Banquet Center.
Okay.
So they bring in their clients. We're going to actually be doing their charcuterie boards because their chefs don't like to do them.
Oh.
They take too much time.
Right,
They were
sure.
like,
We got enough
we're
other
going to
things."
outsource this.
We got enough other stuff to do.
And so we did that. I went there, so I spent Saturday there while he had orders here, but sometimes we'll go together. That was more for getting things set up, make sure that we had everything, Tiffany had everything she needed.
Yeah.
And now she's up and running, so we just kind of go for marketing and
Wow.
meetings, so.
Perfect.
Grand
Perfect
openings.
scenario.
Grand openings.
Grand reopenings.
Yeah.
Get your face out there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've had some other husband and wife teams that work together on our show before.
Are they still together?
Yeah.
Yes,
just
they are.
kidding.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask.
Right.
I was
Lucky
going to
them.
ask. Well, how does this work for you guys? Because, honest to goodness, I love my husband, but I could not work with that man for nothing.
We have different silos.
Yeah.
He's got the store, he's got operations, and I've got the back end, the marketing and administrative. So yes, there's a lot of chat, talk after work, kind of catching up. We get excited about,
Sure.
certain opportunities and stuff, but we definitely have our lanes.
Okay.
So I think that's important.
Very important,
Yep.
very important. And I always, when I'm coaching husband and wives clients, I'm like, you don't have your meetings at home at the kitchen table, or you take business meetings somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But make sure you have them. They're very important.
Yeah.
Right.
So very cool, very cool. Is there anything we've not asked you about that you'd like to share?
I feel like I've done a lot of talking. Go for it.
I don't know what else. It's just really fun business. We've had fun doing it, and I like the fact that we get to meet all these new people, like you guys. That's super cool for us because we're basically introverts by nature.
Yes, we are.
So, UFG throws you through this 2-week training. It's mostly business.
UFG is the brand, the
United
umbrella.
Franchise
Okay.
Group. That's where we
Yeah.
went to West Palm
Okay.
Beach and
Okay.
did the 2-week training.
Oh, you got to
before
go there?
We got to go there for 2 weeks before we did the in-store 2-week training.
Yeah.
Once the store was finished, that's when they came up and did that. But yeah, you meet a bunch of people down there, and then they introduce you to the business. You learn a bunch of business stuff, but they make you get on stage and talk and do these things, and they stress so much.
so nerve-wracking.
Join the chamber, join this,
Sure.
join this, join this. So we're constantly meeting new people. It's super fun.
Yeah.
We didn't,
We got to meet other store owners, which was good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
they're
the
doing
benefit
it.
of being a franchise. You're not really doing it alone.
Right.
You've got other
Yeah.
people going through it at the exact same stage that you look for the best practices. Or if you've got a problem, you say, hey, I need help. And they're like, hey, we found the solution for that.
Right.
So
That's a great opportunity for people who are thinking about wanting to own a business but may not have a lot of background or don't know how to get
Yes.
started. They could look at some different franchise options.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Talking to you, listeners. Anybody out there? Did they help you source where your store went and all that? Did they, or was that kind of
We're from Lansing.
The
We're
option
we're
was
lifelong.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
the
didn't
options
really need
there.
them to do
Oh,
that
Because
for
we
us.
we know the
Oh,
area.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
We're
kind
from
of
here.
knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's excellent.
Very good.
We know what we were looking for. So.
Right. But going on stage, naturally introverts. The best things in our lives happen when we're stretched out of our comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Right?
For
When
sure.
we're out of our comfort zone, we're getting transformed into something else. And we now have a happy business. And
I know, it's crazy to think that it was a year and a half ago.
That's crazy.
And now you own 2
I wish I could.
stores.
It's
Yeah.
probably on tape. They're aging myself on film somewhere
VHS
of
tape.
our 30-second, our first try at a 60-second commercial on stage, trying to just explain what we do.
Yeah.
I almost cried. Like it was just so nerve-wracking.
I was
Right.
up all night the night before.
He
like,
was. We were
writing
in a
it,
hotel.
rewriting it, and it didn't
Yeah.
matter. It
Yeah.
did not
It's
matter.
3
It was
o'clock in the
front of two
morning.
people.
He's doing that, and it's like. But now, you just get. It's practice.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
you
that's
do it
what-
over and over, and then
Yeah.
you're in it, and then you know what you're talking
Yeah.
about, and it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But I'm telling taking that first step.
That's one of those
Ooh, that's a
networking
doozy.
things are really good because you've got to over and over to say what you do and how
Yeah.
you do it, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's good practice.
Yeah, learning how to network is a skill too that a lot of people, I think it's underrated.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, Lisa's taught classes on how to
Yeah.
network and be
Take
good
those
networkers.
classes.
Yeah,
Take those
she's
classes.
she's the expert networker in Lansing. She knows everybody.
And politely interrupt people
Yeah.
when you want to get engaged in the conversation.
Master.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Find a networking buddy too.
Oh, yeah.
If you're,
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
helps.
sometimes it's like, well, we got to go to this meeting. If I can't make it or if he can't make it, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that kind of changes the dynamic when you're not
Yeah.
with somebody.
Yeah.
I've got networking with somebody whose business is completely different than mine, and so we can just introduce each other to people too. Oh, you should talk to my friend who does this, and then you're not talking about yourself, you're talking about somebody else, which is
Exactly.
sometimes easier.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I love it. I love it. This has been so fun.
I
This has been
know.
so fun. So, Amy, what's the star question we like to ask?
Oh
her?
yeah. So if there's anybody out there in the community, in the Lansing area or whatever, who you might want to meet that our listeners might know or might be able to hook you up with, or just spread the word that you're looking to meet this person or a group of people, do you got anybody in mind?
So Tom Izzo, of course, for I think for both of us
Right.
comes to mind immediately. He knows. So I don't know if this is cool to bring up or not, but my ex-wife, her father.
Is it ever
okay.
cool?
It's
to
okay,
bring
dear.
up the
No, it was a long time ago. So my ex-wife's father is Tom Smith, who used to coach the MSU baseball team.
Oh, okay.
He
okay.
knows Tom Izzo.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and I have stories of Tom Izzo where I've seen him at certain places. I just never got to meet him and shake his hand. And, I think it would be kind of cool to tell him what we do. We have met Susie Merchant. She came into the
was
store.
awesome.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
And she eventually bought a board from us. She took a little charcuterie cup with her that day, but she got a board from us later on, and that turned out really nice.
My guess is Tom Izzo will probably eat a charcuterie board. So.
I was going to say.
He hasn't already. We just don't know about it.
Eventually he would probably, but I have memories of him like Tom Smith being my ex-father-in-law. I would get season tickets to the football games for free through Tom Smith. To the basketball games, the year they won it in '99, 2000, I was 5 rows behind the bench thanks to Tom Smith getting tickets from Tom Izzo.
You've been so close.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
huge win. I can't. This has been so long, 20 some years ago now. But there was a huge win. Michigan State won at home. They beat somebody. It might have been for the Big Ten something or other. But I went to Myers and Okemos afterwards, and in front of me, like I was just walking in. This is like 12:30 at night in the morning. Walking in, going in, and I look ahead of me, and I can tell by the way he was walking. It was Tom Izzo, and he was walking with his dad. Just going
Yeah.
to Myers after a huge win,
Right.
and who knows what they were there for.
You
but-
didn't fangirl out on him there in the middle of
I
Myers?
let him be. We're like the only people in the store. It was so random.
You couldn't even covertly watch him.
Yeah.
Just you and him.
I just knew I was like 10 yards behind him, so
He's
I know.
probably used to
When you
people
see Tom
staring at
Izzo,
him.
you know who Tom Izzo is.
All right,
So-
Izzo Foundation, with your 5K that you put on in other events, you're going to need a charcuterie.
Yes, you are.
You're going to need it from Graze Craze, and you're going
And a photo
to
op. A
answer
photo op.
this man's prayers and dreams of meeting Tom Izzo.
Right. Aw. What about you,
I love it.
Lindsay? Anybody in the community?
I'm gonna, Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
Let's do
Fucking
it.
awesome.
See if we can make
Yeah,
this
I
happen.
hear he's got
Maybe
some
do
extra
swear.
time since.
Right.
Josh, get your phone out, make some contact.
He's playing solitaire.
I love it.
All right. So just to recap, you can go into your store and
Yes.
buy stuff pre-made. You've
Yep.
got lunch options, some breakfast options. You said,
Not
or-
breakfast. Well, I mean, you can.
Well, I would eat it.
You can eat it whatever you want.
Sure,
Whatever you
sure.
want.
Some stuff you can grab and go. You can go in there and order and look at what stuff you've got, small or large, and then you can go online and order stuff. and
Or
you've
order
got-
it right at the store
Right.
and try some of our premium cheeses because we've got upgrades
Okay.
and stuff that you
Yeah.
can add to the boards.
Okay.
We love to give out samples to
Okay.
to everybody if you can stop in the store. And now that the traffic is being kind of routed in front of our store because of the 27
Right,
construction.
there you go. Yeah.
So yeah, if
Okay.
you need a break, stop in and we'll,
Okay, cool.
See
And
what we
kind of
can-
all budgets and stuff. You do big events,
Yeah.
small events, just personal parties, things like that. If you want to be the star of your next family gathering and bring that beautiful charcuterie, stop in there.
I'm usually at the store all the time, but if you have a big event coming up, please contact me first, like for a tasting or whatever.
Oh,
Or,
sure.
You know, if you want
Yeah.
to come in and you got a
Yeah.
big wedding or something, or like Bailey Penrod from the Delta Dental, she came in and did a tasting, and then she decided to go with us
Yeah.
for that 10 board order for Delta Dental. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
All right.
This has been fun.
Yes,
This
it
has been
has.
very fun. Thank
Very
you for bringing your happy business to us and just sharing it and having a good time.
Yeah, for
It's been
sure.
great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we didn't bring any food.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
that's okay. We're good.
Ice cream.
We know where to get it. That's okay.
it's all artificial anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No.
It's the boot. I got an injury.
Yeah,
Forgive me.
It's the beds.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us on another adventure in business to our listeners. We're here recording at Risky Studios. This podcast is produced by ZD Media. You can find it at zdmedia.com or wherever you listen to your podcast. We release new episodes every Wednesday. And we're just glad that you joined us here today. Please go out and have a great day. And as always, make it an adventure. All right.
This is a Zedia Media production.